Hello, how are you? Today I'm going to talk to you about the amazing combination of consuming oregano and garlic before bed. This combination brings surprising effects to our health. It can help our gut and our immunity. You're going to love it for sure, especially because it can really help with cardiovascular health and blood pressure. I'm going to teach you how to prepare it and what is the best time to consume it, because there's a special trick. Stay until the end because you won't want to miss it. Before we start, I want to ask you how old you are, where you're from, and if you have the habit of consuming garlic, garlic tea, or garlic water. Is that part of your daily routine? If you also use oregano, what are the natural seasonings and spices that you use? Write it for me down here in the comments. Do you like videos like this, where I talk about interesting food combinations, where we take two powerful ingredients and combine them to get enhanced effects from their synergy? Do you have any suggestions, by the way? Leave them for me in the comments. And if you like this kind of video, go ahead and give it a like, because that way I'll know you enjoyed it and I'll bring more videos like this. And if you know someone who could benefit from this, right? Share the video. Let's expand this chain of good, help more people. That's what I want to do here with the channel. This combination of garlic and oregano on its own is already very delicious. But it also brings some very interesting beneficial effects, especially when we consume it at night. Establishing a routine of consuming these foods at night in the right way can really help our health in a broad sense. We know that garlic is one of the most studied foods, right, in terms of its biochemical properties and even its ability to improve our health and strengthen our bodies. Garlic has been used for millennia, right, specifically to improve and strengthen the immune system, to enhance health, and even to cure diseases, as it was actually used as a medicine, even in the past. So many studies have been conducted over many years to prove all of this. We know that garlic plays a very interesting role in reducing blood pressure. The allicin present in garlic, especially after we crush the garlic and wait about 15 minutes before using it, relaxes the blood vessels, improves blood flow, and reduces the peripheral resistance of the blood. So that's how it works. It acts on a very important system, which is the renin-angiotensin system, and also helps inhibit this enzyme, which has effects similar to antihypertensive medications. Of course, the point of this video isn't to say that garlic will replace your blood pressure medication, nothing like that. But as a complementary approach, it can indeed help a lot with blood pressure. I'll tell you why this is even more important in just a little while. We also know that garlic is closely linked to the immune system. It stimulates the production of macrophages, natural killer cells, which help destroy cells that are having some kind of problem in our body, and even T lymphocytes. So it helps with viral infections, helps with bacterial infections, and many people like to consume garlic tea, garlic water, or add more garlic to their daily routine because of this effect, especially for the immune system. It also has antioxidant properties, it has prebiotic action, so in addition to its antioxidant and anti-inflammatory effects which help. It helps prevent our body from suffering from free radicals, premature aging, and the acceleration of certain diseases. It also has this prebiotic effect because it helps improve the beneficial bacteria in our gut. We know that the gut is closely related to immunity and overall health, so improving intestinal transit and the amount of beneficial bacteria in our gut flora also helps with immunity in the medium and long term, so it's super important. Now let's look at oregano, which will be another ingredient in our little mixture. And it's a food that naturally contains carvacrol, which has a systemic anti-inflammatory effect. Carvacrol helps reduce chronic inflammation in our body, helps stimulate more anti-inflammatory cells, and decreases inflammatory cytokines, which we normally produce when our body is in a more inflammatory state. So it helps with this low-grade chronic inflammation, which is super important. By the way, if you're looking for help to reduce inflammation, remember that I've prepared a playlist with lots of recipes and scientifically proven tips. I'll leave the link for it down below in the description. There are also many other playlists, one to help control blood sugar, another for healthy weight loss. If you're interested, take a look down below. Oregano is also quite interesting because it can help with digestion. It aids in the production of digestive enzymes and bile, and that's especially important. Especially when we think about nighttime, right? Many people sometimes have digestive problems at night. They wake up feeling bloated with that heavy stomach, and this affects their sleep. And it's very important for us to have good quality sleep, not just for our immunity, not just for our brain, but also for our blood pressure. So in an indirect way, it can really help in this regard. Oregano also has an interesting function in our gut. It also has this effect of reducing harmful bacteria and harmful microorganisms while increasing the good ones. So in the same way, it helps improve the intestinal bacterial flora and can be a complementary aid, right, in cases of dysbiosis. Since it is quite antioxidant as well, it helps with oxidative stress. It has this very interesting role as an antioxidant and anti-inflammatory, which helps improve health in a broader sense. So, when we think about this combination of oregano with garlic, the first thing we can expect to happen when we consume it later in the day, at night, is a reduction in blood pressure during the night. And this drop in blood pressure at night, when we sleep, is very important for it to happen. It's a physiological mechanism of our body called nocturnal dipping. People need their blood pressure to drop more than usual at night. It stays at one level during the day and then drops at night. And we know that many things can interfere with this, both cardiovascular problems and issues related to the sympathetic nervous system. Sometimes it makes us very stressed, we can't relax, and then at night you can't have that natural drop in blood pressure. By acting on blood pressure and having the effect of improving sleep, they can contribute to cardiovascular health. We also know that the immune system benefits greatly from good quality sleep, and especially this greater activation of the immune system happens when we are able to enter deep sleep. And since this little mixture helps both to improve sleep, thanks to the oregano, and to stimulate the immune system, this combination is fantastic, especially when consumed at night. Another interesting detail I mentioned to you is that it can help with gut health. And think about it with me. After dinner, you usually don't eat anything else, right? You have a period of physiological fasting for however many hours you sleep and go without eating immediately after dinner. This fasting period, with the nutraceuticals from garlic and oregano present, can really help boost immunity and this inflammatory gut issue. So eating these foods, which are naturally anti-inflammatory and antioxidant, close to this nighttime physiological fast, also helps a lot in this regard. So how do you do it the right way? Because there's a good tip. You can use a clove of raw crushed garlic, and you crush it 15 minutes beforehand. Because allicin is only converted by alliinase, since what we normally have in garlic is alliin. So we crush it, breaking the garlic cells, right? Just give it a little smash, put it in that garlic press so that the alliinase, which is the enzyme, comes into contact with the alliin, and then it converts it into allicin, which is the active bioactive compound that gives us these benefits. So take the garlic, a clove of garlic, crush it, chop it, press it with the side of the knife, and let it sit there for 15 minutes. Once it's ready, you can add half a teaspoon of oregano and a bit of olive oil or even apple cider vinegar. If you want, I have a video talking about what happens when you consume apple cider vinegar before going to bed. And then you can use this on your evening salad, put it on top of chicken, fish, meat, vegetables, however you like. You don't necessarily have to eat this right before going to bed, but yes, in the evening period. In fact, ideally, you should have this at least 2 hours before bedtime so you don't end up burping garlic during your sleep, right? Because many people have a bit more difficulty digesting garlic since it's a more pungent food. So, 2 to 3 hours before bed, at the time you usually have dinner, is a great time to get these nighttime benefits, but without causing issues. Like waking up a lot at night to urinate or having more trouble digesting the garlic. You'll get the beneficial results you need without those unpleasant side effects. Remember, if you already take anticoagulants, if you already have low blood pressure, if you have any health condition, or if you're unsure whether you should consume this mixture, talk to your nutritionist or your doctor in your city first. Remember that this video is for informational purposes only. Tell me if there's any little mixture you make for your health besides just being delicious, right? Because this one is really good. I would love to see your comment. If you haven't liked the video yet, go ahead and like it now, because that really helps me, and share it with anyone you know who could benefit from it or would enjoy it. Let's do this together, you and me, and expand this chain of good, because that's what I want here with the channel. See you next time. Bye.